everyone, happy to see you here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have very interesting, I would say like a fan math question, a fan algebra question. We have 90 plus 90 divided by 3. And a lot of students might be saying, hey mister, this is like the easiest question I ever seen, because right here 90 plus 90 right here from left to right, yeah? We have 180 and then we divide this 180 by this 3. So as a result, a lot of students might be saying 60 is the correct answer, mister. This is like the easiest question I ever seen, and they are proud of themselves. They can easily say, okay, I go to the next question. They say that option A is a correct answer. But if you look closely, obviously whatever order of operation we select is going to create a different answer, and this is looks like a randomly approach. We just do whatever we want, we just go from left to right, and we don't care that we have division, we have addition, and we have division, so we don't have like only addition. So I'm going to say a few words about it, because basically you can easily have addition and division in your question, but you can easily have a subtraction, you can easily have multiplication, parentheses, maybe sometimes inner parentheses, maybe like powers, like 2 to the power 5, something like that. And we need to know how can we order all of this stuff. So we need to know what is the correct order of operation, because obviously whatever order of operation we select is going to create a different answer, right? And it's not good to solve this question with two different answers. Just agree with me when we say that right here answer is option A and option, for example, B. This is extremely weird to solve these math questions, and it's not only in math. For example, in biology, in chemistry, we need to know about a correct method, correct principle, correct algorithm. So right now forget a little bit about this option A. A lot of students say option A is the correct answer, but right now I'm going to tell you a few words about order of operation, okay? So let's look closely at order of operation. This order of operation is called PEMDAS, and this order will help us to order all of these mathematical operators like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, like parentheses, all of the stuff that I wrote before. Yeah, so right here, this order of operation will help us. A lot of students might be thinking, okay, maybe I can use BODMAS order of operation. And I say, okay, you can easily do this because BODMAS is mainly used in India and the UK, PEMDAS mainly used in Europe, in USA, in Canada. So you can easily use this because the meaning is absolutely the same for both order of operation. So order of operation for brackets, orders, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction is absolutely the same for both orders of operation. So right now let's try to look closely at this PEMDAS, and let's solve this question according to our PEMDAS order of operation. So first of all, and the first thing what we have letter P, which stands for parentheses. So I'm talking about left side to right side, because on the left side we have the elements which has the higher priority. So in our case, letter P stands for parentheses. We're talking about this type of brackets, we are talking about this type of brackets sometimes, this type of brackets, so we're talking about group and symbol. So whenever you have expression with parentheses, you need to evaluate this expression inside parentheses at first. For example, we have 2 plus 3 times 5, something like that, and we have parentheses right here. Well, we need to evaluate these 2 plus 3 at first, which is equal to 5. Okay, so right now let's scan our question, because don't forget about our question. We have our question right here. So right now let's scan where do we have parentheses in our question. Let's look at it. I don't see any of those. We don't have any parentheses, so we just skip this part, and it's really great. For example, if we have parentheses right here, we need to evaluate these 90 plus 90, but we don't have it, so we move on to the next step. The next step after parentheses is exponents, and don't be confused about it. This is basic power. So for example, we have 2 to the power 4, like 3 to the power 10. We're talking about this thing which is called power. So right now let's scan our question in terms of these powers. Let's do this right now. Where do we have these powers? Right here. I don't see any of those. We don't have any powers, we don't have any 90 squares, we don't have any 3 cubes. If we have it, we need to raise this, but we don't have it, so we can easily skip this part. Okay, after exponents, we go to the next step in terms of like priority, because we don't have it, so we move more like on the right side. So let's do this. So the next thing is multiplication and division part. So M stands for multiplication, D stands, sorry, not like parentheses, multiplication, and the division. So this is one group, so don't be confused about it. This is one group, so it means that multiplication and division are tied for priority or importance, okay? So it means that when we have, like, for example, 2 times 2 divided by 3, we need to scan what is the first sign from left to right, because we have a mixture of multiplication and division. And second case, we have 2, for example, divided by 2 and times 3. So right here we have multiplication division mixture. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna multiply 2 times 2 equal to 4, and the next thing we're gonna divide is by 3. But in this this case, we have the first thing, division. So we need to divide it first, so 2 divided by 2. So right here, division first, right here, multiplication first. That's why, because multiplication and division are tied for priority or importance. Okay, but in our question, if you look closely, if we don't have like multiplication sign, so we can actually skip this part. We don't have multiplication, but we have division sign. We have right here. So we have division sign, and where do we have it? We have division sign right here at this place, and we're gonna apply it not to the like this, to the thumb divided by these 3, not like that. We're gonna apply it to these numbers from both sides. So as a result, we need to divide 90 divided by 3. This is our first step, and 90 divided by 3 equal to 30. So as you can see, we complete this division part. As I said before, we need to scan from left to right. We don't have parentheses, we don't have exponents, we don't have multiplication. The first thing we have in our horizontal orientation, our PEMDAS, we have our D, which stands for division. So it means that we need to divide at first 90 divided by 3. And don't forget about the beginning, because in the beginning we had this 90. So we have 90 plus 30. And if we can easily add it, but if we look closely at this order of operation, A stands for addition, S stands for subtraction. And if we want to solve this completely, if we're gonna like analyze this completely, and we're gonna make the complete like assessment, exact assessment according to this PEMDAS, we need to find this A, which stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. And let's scan. Where do we have it? We don't have subtraction, we have addition. So it means that we need to add in the end. But to be honest, at this point, at this moment, 99% of students don't need this order of operation, because 90 plus 30, everyone can say that this is like 100 and 120, and this is our correct answer. And here's like the key moment to this question, not according to this question, like a special case. For example, we have addition and subtraction and division and multiplication. So we have these 4 mathematical operators, and you know what we need to do at first. Right here, this is our algorithm. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna divide or multiply. The first thing, this is our first thing according to our order of operation. Here you can see this, that M and D is before A and S. Okay, and after multiplication, after division multiplication, we need to evaluate the expression with addition and subtraction sign. So division multiplication first, addition subtraction second. So right now 120 is a correct answer. I really hope you understand this hint right here, these tips. Okay, and right now let's go to our question in the beginning. So 120, and we don't have this 120 right here. We don't have it. We have 60, 30, 5 factorial, and a lot of students might be thinking something goes wrong. Maybe I solved this question absolutely incorrect, because I don't have this 120 right here. So how is that possible? So maybe 60 is the correct answer. Maybe that's how it works. We need to go from left to right because we don't have this option. And a lot of students say, okay, 60 is a correct answer. Then we can easily underline this. We can easily say 60 is a correct answer, and I go to the next question. But if you look closely, if you solve it according to PEMDAS, that 100% you will have a correct answer. So you don't be like confused about the options when you solve this question absolutely correctly. So then try to analyze, try to scan what options do you have in your question. So in this question we have 120 is a correct answer according to PEMDAS, but don't be confused about it, because if you look closely about this option C, this is a 5 factorial. So 5 factorial, this is a product from 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 and times 5. So right now let's multiply it. So we have 1 times 2, we have 2, 2 times 3, we have 6, 6 times 4, we have 24, and times 5. And as you can see right here, 24 times 5 equal to 120. So according to our question, 100% correct answer is 120. Don't be confused about it. We solved it according to a correct order, according to a correct principle, according to a correct method. So it means that 120 is a correct answer. But according to our test, this is like a tricky moment. A lot of students might be thinking 60 is a correct answer because we don't have 120. But if you look closely at this 5 factorial, this is our same thing as our 120. So you can easily be proud of yourself that you find this answer. And if you solve this question and you said correct answer is 60, well, you need to review a little bit your basic math, because this is absolutely absolutely wrong approach. And a few hints to this 60. I'm going to show you a really interesting trick, a really interesting moment right now. Because 60 is a correct answer with parentheses when we have 90 plus 90 inside parentheses. So let's do this. So we have 90 plus 90 divided by 3. In 99% of cases, division is all the time before addition. But with parentheses right here, when you have expression like that, you can easily say, okay, 90 plus 90, we need to do it first because parentheses is our first step. So as a result, we have 180 divided by 3 and equal to 60. So 60 is a correct answer according to this special case, according to these parentheses. Okay, so I really hope you understand it. I really hope you learn something new, and I really hope you understand when 60 is a correct answer. What about this 30? Just forget about this 30. This is no way right here. 30 is a correct answer. Only two cases. A correct answer is 120 is 5 factorial to our question, but when you say correct answer is 60, you need to review a little bit your basic math, because 60 is a correct answer with parentheses at this point. This is extremely important part. You can easily right now, you can easily test this answer on your calculator, but try to plug in the whole question from left side to right side, because when you plug in, for example, the thing 90 plus 90, some of those calculators works with a problem as you type it in. So for example, you plug in 90 plus 90 and calculator say, okay, Mr. Right here 180, and then you divide it by 3, you have 60, which is absolutely wrong approach, because you have expression without parentheses, so you can't say that addition had the higher priority than division, which is absolutely wrong thing. And a few words about this type of question, because when you have like a little bit more complicated question, I'm going to show you like a quick example. So I really hope you get the point why option C is a correct answer, when option A will be correct answer with parentheses right here. But a few hints to this question. For example, imagine you have expression, a long and complicated expression with mixture of addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So for example, 2 times 2 divided by 3 minus 5 plus 7 minus 8 times 4 divided by 2 minus 7 times 4 divided by 8 and divided by 9 minus 4 times 3. So we have a mixture of, as I said before, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, and in 99% of cases, the first thing is to evaluate the expression with division and multiplication, and after that, we need to evaluate addition and subtraction. So where do we have multiplication, division, mixture? Let's scan. So right here, multiplication sign, right here, division sign, we need it, right here, multiplication sign, division sign, we need it, right here, multiplication, division, we need it, and right here, multiplication. So when you evaluate, like with imaginary brackets, when you evaluated these parts, our last step will be really easy, because then we will live with subtraction, we will have addition, we will have right here subtraction, we will have subtraction, so everything will be great. But the main thing, division and multiplication, is before addition and subtraction. You can easily learn this rule, or better for you to learn this order of operation, to learn this PEMDAS, because right here you can easily see which elements had the higher priority, like parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Everything you can easily see, because on the left side higher priority, on the right side at the lower priority, and you need to go step by step as I showed you before. Right here division, right here addition, so the correct answer is 120. So it was my explanation to this question. Really like fun question, tricky, and I would say like easy question. It just depending how you learned at school, because maybe a lot of students might be thinking, oh Mr. we don't have this 120 right here, so maybe 60 is a correct answer. But when you know a little bit about factorials, you can easily say, okay, this is like a tricky moment right here, so then 5 factorial is 120, and of course division is before addition, so everything is great. This teacher want to confuse us, so he like type this information right here. He hides the exact value of this 5 factorial. So I really hope you get the point, I really hope you understand it, and I really hope your answer is the same as mine. If you choose this answer 30, well, you need to review a little bit your basic math, because if you choose 30, you need to learn a little bit about math. This is a very bad mistake. This 60 is okay, but with parentheses. In our case, we don't have parentheses, so division is all the time before addition. We don't have parentheses, we don't have exponents, so division is all the time before addition. And of course, if you have like multiplication, you need to multiply right here first before addition. So I really hope you understand my explanation. I really hope you learned something new, but definitely don't feel bad if you got this wrong. If you need help with any of these classes, I have more than 300 videos, or like quick challenges. You can easily test your school knowledge, you can easily learn something new, and your age doesn't matter right here, because maybe a lot of teachers, a lot of students, a lot of adults, a lot of people watch my videos. So I really hope you test your knowledge with me, and I really hope you enjoy it. So if you do, you can easily support me with a like, your comment, your dislike if you don't like this type of videos. I really appreciate your response. You can easily write your notes, write your comments down into the comment section. I really appreciate it. So thank you for your time. Wish you all the best in life. Take care of yourself and have a great day. See you in the next videos.